Today, the 23rd of May 2023, Premier Dukwana led from the front, leading members of the Executive Council and members of the Executive Council themselves leading their HODs. Also present here was the DG of the province, but of importance is the fact that Government Communication and Information Service, popularly known as Government Communications, GCIS, sent a very high-level delegation to this workshop, and the acting DG of GCIS made mention of the fact that this is something that is unlike what's happening in other provinces, in that the Premier has paid full and meticulous attention to the function of communication within government. The purpose being clearly and in a very timely, reliable, accurate, factual manner to inform the public about anything and everything that is going on in government. Indeed, government has realized what deficiencies, what weaknesses there are, and this workshop affords the Premier leading the Executive Council and certainly communicators drawn from within government departments and indeed the sphere of local government to reflect quite holistically and fairly on what is happening within that sphere. There are, of course, also invited here are representatives from the media, community media, the public broadcaster, and of course an aspect of social media. In some instances, some TV and radio stations would rely on a digital presence, and Government Communication and Information Service made quite a comprehensive presentation on the need for communicators to appreciate those various role players with the understanding that they do so to inform the public about what is going on out there. So the intent of the Free State government certainly is to partner all of those role players, in particular community radio, in as much as it may not be commanding the same numbers as the public broadcaster for obvious reasons, but it is nonetheless respected, both in terms of radio and TV. And as the Premier was asking for the presence of people that are here, it was a fairly well represented group of people, representative group of people drawn from provincial government departments and local government as well. So this being the first day, the last day being tomorrow, there is absolutely no doubt that the Free State will emerge out of this conference with a very clear communication strategy, which I must emphasize must not just exist, but must be approved and costed. And as per the guide of the GCIS, anything from 1 to 5% of the budget of the department or even the province will be acceptable to drive the communication strategy, which draws all of these role players, community, media, both radio and TV, and everybody else that matters within that space. But most importantly, the recipients of information from government, so as to narrow the chasm of trust between government and the people. And the Free State government, led by Premier Mxolisi Dukwana, is indeed determined to achieve just that.
My name is William Baloy, the Chief Director of Media Engagement at GCIS, which is Government Communication and Information Services. I think firstly, let me say we are quite happy as GCIS to be invited by the Office of the Premier of the Free State to give our ideas and to share ideas on communication and how to better communication. But it's also most important to note how this session has been taken very seriously, in the sense that the Premier shelved all his activities on such a very busy and demanding schedule to make sure that he is here the whole time, but also with his team of MECs, including, of course, the mayors and the senior officials, but also a special note that they've invited, among others, also the community media sector, so that they should share the challenges that the community media deals with and also what they face. I need to also indicate that the community media sector within GCIS, obviously we work very closely with MTTA, which of course we are funding as GCIS, and we are working very closely with MTTA to implement a cabinet decision that was taken that in all our media buying and our expense as GCIS, we must make sure that in all the activities of government, we put aside close to 30% of our media buying to local community media. We have practiced that in the 2 imbizos that we've already gone to, where we put the chunk of the advertisement and media buying to community media. And we are looking forward to also making sure that we play our role in addressing the issues that the community media in the Free State have raised. And we will also be interacting with MTDA, including also the Office of the Premier, on how to further strengthen the relationship with the community media and to better it. We were looking also, among other issues that we shared today with the province, the whole issue of rapid response. Rapid response means the quickness at which government generally respond to issues. Government at provincial, at national, but also at local level. How do we respond to issues that are in the environment? How do we make sure that we use the partners, being the media, to communicate? We also look at the issue again of the general media engagement, which is our approach to the media, including, of course, the art of doing interviews and so forth. But also the other part that we do cover as media engagement is the whole issue of the questions that come from Parliament. As you know, questions that goes to Parliament and also that goes to the provincial legislature emanate from the communities, and the communities are directly represented by community radio, which means that a government should look beyond only using national radio or national media, but to also pay particular attention to community media, as the community media is the direct representative of specific communities. I think one need to also applaud that the session was quite good and it was quite interactive, and it is a unique session in the province that the whole executive is here, and I hope other provinces will emulate what the Free State government has done, but also to invite on board the important participants, be the media. And thank you very much.
Central TV.